To really learn what Farm Fresh is all about, Melissa Pellegrino and Matt Schlaba worked in the kitchens and fields of more than 30 family farms in northern Italy. On the return to the U.S., they compiled the recipes and they created the Italian Farmer's Table. Matt and Melissa are back here to share their recipes. This is so exciting. It's great to have you guys here.
Thanks for having us.
So tell me a little bit about this adventure before we start cooking.
So we had spent a year in Italy working on a few farms after culinary school, and when we came back, we had started talking to people about our adventures and what we had been doing there, and we thought it would make a really good idea for a cookbook. So we basically just took our life savings, quit our jobs, sold our cars, moved all of our stuff into our parents' basements, and left our dog, and we went to Italy for 4 months, and we visited over 30 farms. All the farms knew why we were coming. We wrote them all a letter, and yeah, and then we came home and put together this cookbook.
And the name of the cookbook is, again,
The Italian Farmer's Table.
And there's a sequel in the works, isn't there?
Yes, there is. It's basically about Central and Southern Italy.
Fantastic. And when can we expect that?
Spring of 2012.
Yep.
Great. All right, what are we making today? It seems like dessert is on the menu.
Yes, but, you know, since it's summertime, we figured we'd do something that's quick. You don't have to turn on your oven, and it's chilled, so it'll keep you cool. It's a chocolate ricotta cake that gets frozen, and what's nice about it is ricotta is a very important ingredient in the Italian pantry.
Okay.
So
usually you see it in raviolis and you see it in a lot of macro pastas.
Yeah, right? Like at some of the farms, breakfast would just be a bowl of fresh ricotta drizzled with honey, and it's also made for filling for ravioli, and in this case it's actually frozen, and it's the star of this dessert.
Great, I can't wait to try it. All right, let's get going. How do we start?
Okay, so how we start is we have these chocolate wafer cookies. We take about 5 ounces of them and we process them with a tablespoon of sugar, so we get just, you know, a nice fine
like crumbs.
Yeah.
And you put them in a food processor?
Yeah, a food processor. Almost like how you would for a cheesecake base.
Got it.
And then we have 5 tablespoons of unsalted butter that we melted down.
Okay.
And then we just combine this and we mix it together, you know, to get it moist.
Okay. And what part of Italy is this from? Where did you guys find this one?
This is from Piedmont, and Piedmont is tucked away in the northwest corner, and it's often overlooked. People tend to think of Tuscany as kind of like the place to go, but Piedmont, it's known for its wine and its cuisine, and this particular farm was actually a flower farm, and she preferred to spend her time gardening than spending a lot of time in the kitchen. So this is like kind of a classic example of one of her dishes that doesn't take much time.
So it's quick and easy.
Yeah.
Quick and easy and comes together. And so what we have here is a 9-inch springform pan. And
do you have to
butter it? Nope, you don't have to butter it. You know why? Because there's butter in the crumbs. So we're just going to pour the crumbs in, and then...
Do I start my job now?
Yeah, you can start your job.
Go ahead.
And then you're going to spread it out, and then I'll give you the honor.
Okay, great.
Just tamp it down with your hands until it's compact and kind of a nice even layer.
All right, I can handle that.
And I have the easy job of just mixing, this is about 1.5 cups of ricotta, a tablespoon of cocoa powder.
Okay.
And how much?
2/3
of a cup of sugar. And
actually, Matt's not the baker.
No, I'm not the baker, but I can bake this.
This
is easy.
Do they?
Right.
And
so
then
you're just whisking it together?
Then you're just whisking it together to kind of...
And if you're at home, if you have a handheld mixer, you can do it, and it's much easier. You just mix it together until it's nice and smooth.
Okay.
And creamy.
This is great. You don't have to turn the oven on.
No, you don't have to turn the oven on. All you have to do is melt some butter. And if you have a microwave, you can do it in there.
How long does it normally freeze for? Or do you have to put it...
Yeah, we put it in the freezer for at least 3 hours.
You do? Okay. And how'd I do with this?
You did a great job.
Good.
I think it looks fantastic.
Okay.
So that's good. And so then all we're going to do is I have 1 cup of heavy cream here that I just whisked to, you know, pretty... almost stiff peaks, like a medium stiff peak.
Okay.
And once again, you could do it with a handheld mixer or just a whisk. It whips together really easily.
All right.
And what we're going to do is fold our whipped cream into our ricotta mixture.
Sounds good.
You doing this?
Yep, I'll do that.
She's taking charge here.
She usually does.
So while you guys were in Italy, you stayed at these farms? It was.
Yep. So they're
they put you
basically
up?
like bed and breakfasts or farm inns. So they
They have
have.
restaurants.
And the premise is that everything that's grown and raised on the farm is served in the restaurant.
I see.
So it kind of is the definition of farm-to-table eating that everyone's kind of so into right now.
Did they put you to work, or were you more enjoying yourselves?
Well, we worked because
did.
we were there for a purpose. But
Okay.
if you go there, you don't have to work.
You don't have to
It's
work.
a nice vacation. It's a great way to actually experience Italy because you're right in the heart of the country and everything that they're
Kind of like
serving.
just staying at somebody's house.
I see.
And
Right, because they're usually like beautifully restored old farmhouses, and
wonderful.
they take a lot of the
pride
old.
in kind of restoring things back to their
I see.
their splendor, and it's kind of like the iconic image that people have of
Of Italy, right?
yeah, the rolling hills, and yeah.
Right, and if you're into working some of the farms,
I'm sure they'd love the help, right?
yeah, it's fun. One day we were there and there were a bunch of guests. It was during the grape harvest, and everyone wanted to participate and pick grapes and make wine. And it's a great way to spend a vacation. But you don't have to do it. You could just hang out, read a
just
book,
relax.
drink the wine.
Not bad. All right, we have a little less than a minute left.
Okay, so then this is folded in, and all we do is pour it on top.
And spread it around, I'm assuming,
Yep.
and that's that?
Spread it around, and then pop it in the freezer.
That's great. Well, I'm going to grab a fork and try one of the finished products. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that sounds good.
Oh, excuse me.
So the finished product, Matt, if you want to grab it, you want to dust a little more cocoa powder on top?
Oh, a little garnish. That'll look pretty.
And also, we were talking earlier, you can also garnish this with fresh berries, raspberries, strawberries, what have you, and it makes a really nice summer.
How easy
summer treat.
this is.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the key is before you serve it, take it out of the freezer for, if it's in for only 3 hours, then about 15 minutes. But if you make it a
So you
day
can
and
cut it
ahead,
probably, right?
Yeah. So pretty much like 30 minutes. So you get a nice creaminess to it.
All right, I'm going for it.
Dig in there.
Oh, it's delicious.
Yeah,
I love
it's
it.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Very good, guys. Thank you.
simple, easy.
All right, you
and,
can find the
delicious.
recipe on our website, WTNH.com. Guys, again, it's been fun.
Thank you.
Stay with us. There's more Connecticut Style coming up after the break.